the book. It was calculations about populations and statistics, and that's kind of person he is. So we had to go back and try to correct all. Well, he was just stewing over this, what he was going to do, because it was going to have to be embarrassed and admit all this, and he might lose money, might lose his job. And he's an older lady in office there with him, another professor said, what's wrong? He told her, well, I've made a mistake. It's wrong. He said, I don't even know how it happened for sure, but I don't know what to do. She says, well, you have to fix it. You have to correct it. He said, I didn't want to do that, but I realized she was right. That it's when you do, and I would apply that in this case, you have to tell the truth eventually. He could have fudged it. He could have ignored it, told some story about, tried to excuse it. This is what our politicians and other people do. It's what religious people do. He said, and this old lady told him, tell the truth. And he did. He said, it worked out fine. But he said, I'm so glad I did. And that's my policy. And I'm going to tell the truth, whatever it is. If I mess up, I'm going to say so. And it's always best to do that. It's just sometimes we can't even see that we've messed up. But anyway, he goes on to say that by this we know where our strength lies. As the truth is great and must prevail, we are to gird ourselves with this against all false religion and the various winds of doctrine by which cunning men and insidious devils lie in wait to deceive us. Truth may be taken here for sincerity also. For if a man be not conscious to himself that his heart is right before God, and that he makes no false pretenses to religion, in vain does he enter the spiritual list. This alone can give him confidence. So I think that this is the point I was making. The truth here is not just whether it's objectively true versus false. It's also whether his character or his intentions, motives are true or false that determine whether you can go into battle. If your motives aren't true, you go into battle against the devil, you're going to be chewed up and spit out. Eventually, you may win at first, but you're going to be chewed up and spit out because the devil is an expert at people who are phony. He's a phony. He's a liar. He's an expert at seeing this, and he will pick you out and he will chew you up.
Well, it
so
reminds me.
Yeah, go ahead, Gary.
It reminds me of Matthew 15, beginning about verse 7. Jesus says, hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy about you, saying, these people draw near to me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me, and in vain they
Recording
worship
in
me,
progress.
teaching as doctrines the commandments of men.
Yes.
Those doctrines, commandments of men aren't truth. The result is vain worship, and it brings into question the heart, the intent, everything. They were doing it for a different reason. They were doing it to serve themselves, not God.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Recording stopped.
I'm sorry, Gary. That's a good point. They were not true in what they were doing, and because they weren't true, they were willing to use the truth to their advantage. See, that's what you notice about false people in religion, especially. Well, it's true in other areas too. Since they're not a true person, their motives aren't true to anybody. They're hiding it. They may say some things that are accurate or true, but they're only saying those things to deceive you. Haven't you ever known anybody like that? They may tell you the truth, but they're not telling it to you because it's true. They're telling it to you to get an advantage over you, to use it against you. This is a really deceptive person. And I met those people in the church as well as other places. So that's the true, not true person that you see. Now, hang on a minute here. I'm trying to do something. Give me just a second here. I can't do it.
Well,
the other passage. Go ahead and comment. I'm going to stop that share for a second because I need to do something.
Okay.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
Well, but basically, it just brought to mind another passage, and that was in Revelation 21, and he says, But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the abominable, murderers, sexually immoral, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burns with fire and brimstone. Which is the second death. And
Right.
he's all liars, not just some liars, all liars.